week's parsha is Parshat Bishalach. And very interesting in this parsha, we see a mirroring. Both in the beginning and the end have very similar stories. In the beginning, there's a battle, there's a fight with the Mitzrayim, and Bnei Israel are complaining when they approach a body of water. At the end of the parsha, we also see a battle. That's the battle of Amalek, which is also preceded by a complaint about water. Let's start at the beginning of the parsha. At the beginning, Bnei Israel are running from the Mitzrayim. They finally were let out of Egypt, but the Mitzrayim are coming after them. And they finally get to Yam Suf. And at that moment, they see the sea, and they complain to Moshe and say, hey, shouldn't we be left in Mitzrayim? Isn't it better to die there than to die here in between the Mitzrayim and the sea? But at that moment, Moshe goes to the people and tells them, don't worry, you're going to see what Hashem does. Hashem's going to save us. And of course, that's what he does. Hashem splits the sea and they're able to go free, and the Mitzrayim are destroyed when the water comes back. At the end of this week's parsha, we see Bnei Israel are complaining again. They're complaining because there's no water. And they say the same thing they said earlier. It is better for us to have stayed in Egypt where we would have died there than here to die when there's no water. So Moshe there doesn't just say that Hashem's going to provide, but rather he listens to Hashem and he hits a rock and provides water. After that story, there's another fight, there's another battle, but here it's with Amalek. And Amalek is coming to fight against Bnei Israel as they left Egypt. And here too, there's a change. Moshe does not just say that Hashem's going to save them, but rather he says we have to get an army together. He brings Yeshua and says we are going to fight them. We ourselves are going to battle Amalek. And with Hashem's help, we are going to win. And they do that. We see a transformation in the parsha from the beginning to the end. We see that Bnei Israel and Moshe are both taking active roles in their own destinies. That they can't just rely on Hashem, but rather they have to do something about it. Moshe with his stick and the stone, and Bnei Israel fighting Amalek themselves. We are now in this transitional moment in between first semester and second semester of school. Now's the time where all of us can learn to grow ourselves, to take the tools that we've gained in the first semester, apply them to the second semester, and we take our own destinies in the hands in order for us to grow and be even better people. Have a great week.